Hello and welcome to another Starcraft 2 match. This is GomJabbar on Battle.net, and on YouTube I am Kengo. This is a TvT, although I play random, but this is what I drew. And I'm going up against midnightclub. This is another Gold League game, but midnightclub is actually in Platinum, and he has something like 400 games played. So just keep that in mind. I'm actually going to spoil things a bit here. This is a game that I win. It's pretty one-sided after the beginning, and it's not particularly interesting or exciting, I guess, but I was really happy about it just because I played. This is my 30th game, and I beat a platinum player with around 400. So I was pretty proud of this win, and I did a lot of things right. Everything just came together. But well, as you'll see, it's not everything. So I'm going to try and be critical of myself, and also point out the things I did right and the things I still need to improve on. And hopefully, maybe it'll provide a few lessons for you, or if not, you can share in my wonderful sense of victory. So far everything is pretty normal. I'm slightly ahead in the beginning stages of this game. And I'm getting my gas at 13. Everything's normal. He's not gotten his gas yet. He is getting a little high on minerals, but not that big a deal. And here comes the supply depot at 15. That's a little late. And I should point out, in the interest of fairness, that my opponent has had around 400 games, all in platinum. He hasn't moved up after 400 games, and he's not number one in that league. So it's possible, he's not. I don't want to speak for my opponent or degrade him in any way, of course. He played pretty well, but I don't want to say that I'm like, oh, super good or anything like that. So his gas is going down. Mine's already down. I only have 2 guys on gas. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Hope I fix that eventually. Something makes me think I won't. I'm putting down my second barracks here. And I want to point out that I've been watching the GSL, which is the big Korean tournament on GomTV, for the past week. And I really recommend that you pay the $20 and get to watch that, because it's a phenomenal tournament, best players in the world. We really get to see the Korean style, which you don't get to see in any other tournaments. Putting down a second gas pretty quickly. I won't be doing that for quite some time. Anyway, in the Koreans that I'm noticing a lot, and I guess this is because a lot of them are ex-Brood War players, is that they're expanding really aggressively and really early. And it's all about the macro game. And so that's why I'm kind of inspired now to think more about expanding early, particularly. So I'm doing a 2 racks and then into command center. In this case, he has 2 racks. He's putting down his 3rd. His orbital command is pretty late, and so my economy is a bit higher. And now, here's an interesting thing that I considered. He has no Marines out yet. He probably should have had one before he built this reactor, but in any case, if you scout early enough, you can get up to this wall off before there's any Marines out, right? At least possibly. And if you see that, I think it's an interesting idea to think about, to call down a mule on the other side of the wall. And then you can get a good scout out of your opponent's entire base, which is a little bit better than a scan would have. But that's just an idea I'm throwing out there. I haven't tried it yet. This SCV, this guy is a real hero. He is going to control this watchtower for the entire game. So I'm supply blocked right now. Uh-oh. Let's see if I see that. I have not noticed that yet. Oh, okay, my supply depot just finished, so I'm no longer supply blocked. Okay, I'm good to go. My opponent, there's my scan going down. He's building more barracks. Lots of reactors. No tech labs at all yet. He's going completely for Marines. And I gotta say, that's not that bad. I mean, Marauders are good, but against Marines, Marines actually have higher DPS against a single armored target than Marauders do. Marauders are great for, you know, kiting stuff and for, well, yeah, pretty much for microing really well and taking down buildings especially. But, you know, Marines are still really good. There's nothing wrong with them. So here goes my expansion pretty early. I'm at 45 food. It's not super early, but, you know, for standard one base play, compared to this guy, like, this is something that I would have been doing a couple weeks ago. This is pretty standard, just going 4 racks off one base. And he's going to be pushing out a little bit. And what do I have? The army, his army is a little higher in the minerals, but I've got some gas with those Marauders. So we're about equal in the army count. He's slightly ahead on the food also. So our armies are going to meet here, and he has a bit of a better spread. And he comes out of that exchange ahead, but I'm going to pull back. Something else he's going to pull back too. That's probably a mistake, but in any case. Something else I've noticed from watching my replays a lot is that... oh, before I say that, this watchtower, let's just see what I can see right here. Check it out. I see this gold expansion coming up. I know people love to expand early to the gold in this game, in Gold League especially, and on this map especially. And I saw that because of this awesome watchtower. Easy thing he could have done is just to poke up here. They're just sitting here for right now. So yeah, these guys are just sitting here. What I've noticed from watching my replays a lot is that I throw away my army, or suicide them when I shouldn't, even when I'm ahead. So I'm trying to micro my army a little better, retreat earlier if I'm not clearly going to win a battle, and that really helped me in this game, and in a few others. And I am supply block now. It's not so good. I could be doing a supply drop here, but the supply depot is just finishing, so it's not that big a deal. In this game, I'm actually pretty good about calling down mules in general, but not right now. So making a factory, I think that that's a good decision against, you know, his mass marine ball. Tanks are going to wreck that. Again, he's doing pretty well with his supply. He is ahead on supply by about 10, even though I have this expansion up pretty well saturated. So now I did see this army chilling here and moving out, so I built these bunkers preemptively. Now this one's a little too late, but whatever. Now these guys are a bit out of position, so that's a mistake on my part. I'm going to lose this Marauder for no reason. Should really pull everyone back behind the bunkers. But, you know, I can't be completely perfect. And I don't know what I did there. I pulled some guys off, some SCVs for no real reason. I didn't have to do that. And this bunker is useless, so I'm going to salvage it in just a minute. There we go, salvaging. So let's stop after that battle. I'm moving out. Let's take a look at what's going on. Army-wise, I'm way ahead. This is a couple of Marines, that's it. That's all my opponent has. And he has this gold expo, and I know it's there. I've seen it the whole time. So, let's see, I'm getting combat shield, yeah. So I'm way ahead right now, so this is a good time to push. And my expansion's getting up, and he obviously knows that. So the pressure is going to be on him to respond to that expansion. He might be feeling pretty comfortable with this one, though. But, you know, not for long. So, analyzing my decision-making, this was a good decision to push out. The money is getting kind of high. 500, 600, 600. I don't like that. My mule is being a complete waste of time right now. So, moving up. And I'm scared away this army, but I'm not going to move in for the kill here. That would be not a good decision. So, you know, another good decision I made in this game was to attack this gold. I'm playing, this is my macro style game right now. And if you take any lessons away from this, I hope the macro style is awesome, and you should try it. Forget about one base. Don't try and kill the other guy's one base. And here's some bad army, on my part, army control. But I'm still so far ahead on the upgrades. He's got nothing. He has no tech labs. No tech labs. And what do my guys have? I have stim, I have combat shield, and I do not have concussive shells, but I don't really need it in this matchup. I still have this watchtower, 9 HP SCV. Army 81 to 55. Food, no big deal. Money, 400, 500. I should be putting down another factory, I think. More barracks. I'm getting upgrades. That's awesome. I'm happy with that. Oh, here we go. Here's a starport and a command center. Awesome. I'm happy with that. Once again, I'm being aggressive right now. I'm containing him. So I'm not going to move in for the kill against all these Marines. He has a wall off. I don't know if I'm going to win that. But instead, I'm just going to macro. Here's something I did not notice. Is this command center escaping? Here's another little trick. In this map, when you have these close positions on the left and right, or at the right and top, this wall right here, this whole wall, this is a big issue. If you just tell your guys to move here, just right click right here, they're gonna like skirt the edge of this wall, and they're gonna get attacked by anything on top of the wall where you don't have vision, and that includes siege tanks. That's a big threat. So when you move guys here, you're gonna want to rally them away from the wall and then move them over. Just a little important thing like that is going to help you avoid unnecessary losses. Let's see. Okay, I'm starting my siege tech. Good. Unpause. Alright, so I'm already way ahead in food. And got the starport. This is... Yeah, I needed to put this tech lab somewhere, and it didn't really have space here, so that's what I did. This is a little oversaturated. I could use some more gas. Well, I'm not really gas starved, so I'm okay. Oh, here's a bit of a battle separating my army because I'm not paying attention to it. I am macroing. As you can see, my APM is a walloping 80, 90. Oh, 120, 140. Okay. So, you know, I like to have the resource tab open just to see if I'm macroing properly this whole time. And you'll see here, he's actually going to win this battle. But it's not a big deal. I'm still way ahead in the army count. And transferring SCVs to my third expansion. He has not really paid attention to his expansion. He's almost mined out in this base. So my income is, of course, like 5 times, it's like 6 times his income. That's awesome. Anyway, so I'm just going to retreat these guys a little bit. No big deal. Production. Let's see. Oh yeah, making my Raven. I love getting Ravens. They're one of my favorite units of all time. So you'll see why in a minute. Here's a bunker. That was a mistake. Just tanks kind of high-fiving there. How's my money doing? Okay, here's where my money is getting really high. 1,500. That's too high. That's no good. Let's check my production. Only 1 SCV being produced. Okay, I'm macroing a bit out of my bunkers, or my barracks. Tank on the high ground, just anticipating any attack, and I'm just going to get some free shots on it. That's pretty sweet. Starport, not making anything. Barracks, not making anything. Come on, barracks. There we go, check that out. That's some free losses right there. Oh, look at all that damage. He probably thought that my tank was up here. But it's not. Kill the tank? No, the tank is gonna live. That's unfortunate. So let me see what my opponent sees right now. He doesn't really see anything. He is checking for expansions, I guess. That's a good thing for my opponent to do. So far, he only knows about this one. And he's gonna just move down here.
Mineral field depleted.
Totally by luck. I thought he had scouted this out, but he actually has not.